This story is 100% real and is about an experience I had going on the deep web. For those of you who don't know, the deep web is pretty much the hidden internet. It isn't indexed by search engines and you need special software to go on it. It is several thousand times bigger than the surface's internet, which can be reached by Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. It is also home to many illegal things. You can buy stolen guns, any drug you can imagine, stolen phones. You can even hire hitmen. Any illegal thing you can imagine is on the deep web. I never had a great childhood. My dad was gone all the time, and my mom was too. When she was home, it was normally verbal and physical abuse. I always needed to have a way to escape it all, whether it was playing video games, watching movies, or even drinking. One day I was invited over to a friend's house for a sleepover. When I got there, he immediately told me he had something to show me. We went upstairs and he showed me his laptop. He said he had got onto the deep web. We stayed up till late at night browsing through all the interesting things on it. He showed me how to use it and I took some notes. The next day, I decided to try it for myself. I downloaded the software and was good to go. When on the deep web, there is a page full of links in order to go to sites. You keep clicking on the new links that pop up. At first, it was very boring. Tons of dead websites or disgusting ones filled with videos of people getting killed. Eventually, I found a forum. I can't remember what it was about, but I asked how to get interesting sites that were not illegal. One guy sent me a link and said it was a site that contained leaked government documents. I thought that was interesting, so I clicked on it. When I pulled up the page, I was pretty shocked. It was a whole bunch of videos of people getting tortured, raped, murdered in the most horrible of ways. I have a pretty strong stomach, so I was ready to ignore it and just exit out, but I realized that all of these videos were playing at once. When I moved the mouse over one, there was no bar that let you pause or stop it. That's when it hit me. These were all thousands of live streams. I clicked on one that said, "Homeless man kidnapped in my basement." In it, a man was tied to a chair, covered in blood. To his left was a table, and on it was a whole bunch of tools like axes, knives, drills, hammers, etc. And there was a hooded man standing by it. On the right of the live stream, there was a chat box, and people were requesting the hooded man to do various things like cut off the homeless man's head, rip out his hair, etc. Eventually, one man in the chat box said that he would pay several Bitcoin for the hooded man to gouge out the homeless man's eyes. The hooded man agreed and grabbed what looked like a fork off the table and began to walk to the homeless man. I quickly closed the live stream, but I could still hear it. I tried to leave the site, but it was frozen, and I could only hear the horrible sounds coming from the stream. A few seconds later, the sound stopped, and a chat box appeared in the center of the screen. I couldn't exit it, but then in the box, somebody typed in, "Hello, how did you like the site?" I paused for a moment, not sure if it was some kind of automated message, but then he typed again, "Are you going to answer?" I stayed frozen in my place, but eventually typed in, "Who is this?" The guy explained that he was the owner of the site, and that he liked to greet first-time users whenever he could. I got a disgusted look on my face, and this is where things got scary. In the chat box, the man typed, "It's rude to make faces, Jake." My eyes got wide, and I noticed my webcam was on, when I always keep it off. Also, how did this man know my name? I covered up the webcam with a sticky note and typed, "How do you know my name? I'm calling the police." There was a brief pause and then, horrifyingly, a whole bunch of data was posted in the box. I looked at it and realized what it was. Everything about me, my full name, email, address, age. It even had all my parents' info as well. I panicked and shut off my computer, in hopes that it would be the end of that. I did a complete wipe of all my computer's data and went to get a drink. I was under a lot of stress. That night, my mom said she wouldn't be home. She didn't say where she was, but at this point in my life, I didn't care. My dad, of course, was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't sleep, so I stayed up watching a movie. I fell asleep on the couch. I don't know why, but at about 2:30 in the morning, I woke up. The TV was still on, and it gave a off a dim light, but when I opened my eyes a little more, I almost screamed. There was a man standing just a few feet away from me, with a mask on. I flew off the couch and darted for the floor. I heard heavy footsteps coming after me. I flung open the door and ran outside screaming as loud as I could, trying to get somebody's attention. I looked behind me and saw the man. He was running. He was faster than me. I screamed louder and noticed I had tears running down my face, and a bag wrapped around my head, and I was pushed to the ground with such force that I felt blood in my mouth. I heard a car speed up beside me, and I was being dragged to the sound of it. They were taking me away, and probably I was going to be on that site. I almost expected my death when the man with the mask screamed in pain and dropped me. I pulled the bag off my head and saw a van speed away, and I saw my neighbor hitting the man with the baseball bat. The police arrived, took the man in, eventually caught the van, and shut down the site. My mom and I moved out and will never ever go in the deep web again, and I encourage others never go on it either. Let me tell you from experience that the deep web is a disgusting human cesspit. You don't know what lies in the darkest recesses of the human psyche until you go on there. I learned that the hard way. I got suckered in by the crazy stories and hype my friends gave it. I wanted to see it for myself, so last week I downloaded Tour and started browsing. I didn't feel the need for any extra protection, but completely new to the entire concept. In retrospect, I wish I had. I spent hours clicking link after link after link, and I was found starting to get bored and a little freaked out. I had found a whole host of your typical crackheads searching for drugs, sites with hitmen for hire, and a shit ton of other military-grade weaponry. At one point, I found myself scrolling through post after post of vivid descriptions of animal abuse and how the sick fuckers who committed these atrocities get off to them every night. I wish I had closed my computer right then and there, but something kept my curiosity alight. Honestly, I think some part of me just wanted to see how fucked up the human mind truly could be. After a few more links to child porn and a couple drug markets, I had enough. This is it, I sighed to myself. One more link and I swear I'm getting out of this hellhole. I clicked the link, going blindly in what to, unbeknownst to me, would alter my already cynical view on humanity. I mean, honestly, when you hear a guy go on and on about lighting his dog on fire and watching it burn, you tend not to think the best of people, but this was a whole new level of twisted. The first thing that caught my eye was the curly pink font that served at the title of the opening page. It read, "Peace and Love." I remember it all too clearly, as it seemed so out of place in that slum of human reviews formerly known as the deep web. I scrolled down to find an image, album, and a simple chat box. No one was online at the moment, so I went ahead and clicked the first set of pictures. I was not ready for what I was about to see. The very first picture was that of a young pregnant woman, bawling her eyes out. She looked so scrawny and thin, with cuts and bruises marring her pale skin. She looked scared and malnourished, like she was begging for her life. I clicked to the next photograph and nearly vomited. The young woman from before now sat in a chair, facing the camera, her dead, dull eyes boring into me. She was covered in blood, and her abdomen had been torn open. In her cold, unfeeling arms, she held the child, still attached at the umbilical cord. Its half-formed, lifeless body was a deep crimson with blood, and one could tell it had been forcibly ripped from the womb. On the walls just behind them, written in their blood, were the words, "I gave them peace," in harsh, hasty letters. I don't know what possessed me to keep scrolling through the photos. It was as if I couldn't control my own facilities. The image only got more and more grotesque as I looked further. The following images seemed to be at a time-lapse of the decomposition of the body. I watched them rot, sitting there together. I watched the face of the mother, which could have once been considered beautiful, wither and collapse in on itself as a fitted mound of flesh. By the end of the series of images, they were nothing but skeletons. I would have noped it the fuck out of there had it not been for a message that popped in on my screen. It was from the website chat. It read exactly as follows. Hello there. Do you like what you see? Do you want more? Do you want to attain true peace? I didn't know how to respond. I was rooted to my chair with fear. Then the sicko spoke again. You don't have to be scared, Zachary. I love you. I want to help you. Let me help you. I managed to type a simple question. How in the hell do you know my name? Almost immediately, I got a response. I know everything about you. You know you really shouldn't leave. Your curtains open like that. You get a draft. You see, I just want to help you. Please, just let me save you. My eyes flashed to the uncovered window behind me, to the light of my webcam. My heart skipped a beat when I realized it was on. The sick fucker was watching me. I made a move to the plug on this sick son of a bitch when another message popped up. Don't try to shut me out. I'll bring you peace. I swear, Zachary Tanner. It's the only real bliss in this world. That's what the last message I got, but before I finally shut it off. Needless to say, I stayed off the internet for a long while after that. Just today, I got back on, praying to God that it would have all blown over. Oh, how wrong I was. I logged to my email only to find it banned with emails from an account named I'll Show You Peace. Each one had the same message. I want to save you. I want to love you. I want to bring you peace. In all caps, but that wasn't even the worst of it. Each and every message had a candid photo of me taken within the last week. I tried to involve the police, but they haven't been much help. What do I do? So, freaky guy on the deep web, I hope we never, ever have to meet.